Okay, this is a video tutorial showing you Jands Vista, our lighting computer, and it's just the basic operation of the LED fixtures, position, brightness, color. So we'll start with, if you look over here on your left, the entire overlay here. If you can, for right now, you can just ignore these except for number 11. When you push on number 11, what that does is that it activates all of these, which are the cans for the sanctuary lighting, all the way up to the stage. And then these two are the two rows of the cam lights on the stage. So we can bring those up in, we'll just, for right now, and you'll see it a little bit in the video to your lower right here, that we bring those all the way up to 100. We can bring them all the way down. So number 11 over here just activates the ones that are in the sanctuary. If you look at this from top to bottom, this is the back and this is the front up on stage. It's laid out pretty closely to how it would look from above the sanctuary down. So we have across the back row, we have all 7 of the PIX-Ms, and over here on the right hand side are the par trees. Then here is the single PIX-M movable on the middle batten above the stage. So that being said, let's go ahead and dive in. If you want, you can, when you select each of these fixtures, you can either left click and drag to drag a whole group of them like that. You can drag that. And anytime you want to clear a selection, just click anywhere in the gray area around here. So if you click on this and say, oh no, wait, I meant to go with the back, then just whatever you're at here, just click on the gray area and it'll go back out. So let's work with the back fixtures for right now. You'll see that we have a dark blue setting. That's right up here. Now what we can do is we can drag that over all the way to the red, and you'll see the color changing. So we got green, very light blue, to the dark blue, then to a purple, then almost to a pink, and then back to a red, just like it is over here, except it's on the blue side of red. So we'll leave it right here for now. And I'll show you now. We come up here to the top and you have, for the PIX-Ms, you have 3 settings for it. You've got the brightness, represented by the sun. You've got the crosshairs, which indicates position. And then you've got the tricolor, the red, yellow, blue. Now we go to the brightness. And you can either go bright up and down like that by using dragging. If you want it all the way off, just click on the full left side. All the way on, full right side. You'll notice that there's a number represented over here too. So if you know specifically what percentage or what lumen for that you want, lumen setting for that you want, just go ahead and type it in. And we have also specific settings. There's at a 40, there's a half light, all the way up to 70. And then you can go down by 10, down by 5, or back to 0 for nothing. So for right now, and for the video purposes, we're going to leave everything at 100. Now we'll go to positioning. Over here on positioning, if you notice there's a green in here, that means that some of the fixtures are not set at absolute 0. They're not, or at their absolute 0. So if we go like this and we go all the way to the top, scooching it way down, now you'll notice here that it changes to blue. That's an absolute. So for all of the fixtures that you're choosing, they're all at absolutely the same level. You can see it represented on the back wall also there. And they're pretty close, although they aren't exactly in line, because the way they hang down from that batten is not deadly accurate, especially since a lot of the lighting that we choose is cutting the back wall. So it's shining straight down the back wall almost. So any little deviation between the way they're positioned on the battens means they're not going to show up exactly the same level on the wall. And you can see that represented right about here, that you can see that the right-hand side is pointing a little bit lower than the left-hand side. Now what we've done to compensate that is over here, you'll notice in the presets, everywhere that you see the crosshairs are the position of all of those on the back wall. So if we want to use any of these presets, what we need to do is we need to clear out the selection. So go ahead and click in the gray area here. Then we go up here, and if you look over here, you'll see one that says 0 position. What we do is we click on that and it automatically selects these. I'll show you how to program that into presets in a later video. But as you can see on the back wall now, we have it, and they're pretty close. The one on the right's a little high, so I'll have to adjust that. But now they're all pretty close to the same height. So then we can grab them all and adjust them top to bottom. And they can shine all the way out into the sanctuary if we want. And it goes almost out to, it shines actually back to, if you're the third row from the back, it'll be shining in your eyes. So we've got a lot of area that we can cover with that. Now, I'll clear this out, click 0 position again since I goofed that up. Now what you can do with this is get creative and choose every other backlight here. Let's go ahead and go up here and we'll change those to more of a lighter blue. Now you'll see on the back wall that it's staggered on the back wall. That is staggered lighting. And if we change the position, if you notice, it's also, since these are the ones, since we've selected light 1, 3, 5, and 7, when we adjust the tilt, it's only tilting those lights. So let's go ahead and bring those down. And also, if you notice that the light blue is a little bit, well, it stands out more than the dark blue. So if we really like that dark blue and we want the back blue or the lighter blue to blend in more with the brightness of that dark blue, we come up here to brightness, since we still have those fixtures selected, and then we can bring those down to where they're a little bit, they match it just a little bit better. There, now it's more, there, that's pretty good, yeah. There, now that's more of an aqua with a deep blue background. Now, if we want to change the position, let's say we want to change it to where it's an arrow going up. So we can start with the center one in back. We'll go to a position and raise it to the highest level that you'd want to see it from the sanctuary, which is right about, it'll be right about there. Now click on the gray area here and then click on each one to either side of that, and let's reposition those up so they're stepping down just a little bit. Then go ahead and click on the gray area and click the 2 on either side of that one. There we go. Step down on that and then click the gray area again and we'll select the ones on the ends. There we go. Okay, and now you can see on the back wall that we have an arrow, an up arrow. I'm going to turn off the stage light so we get a better contrast here. And if you can see, that's where I selected these, and actually I'm going to select all of them, the side cans as well as those. So if you can see, I left clicked and dragged all of those. Now we're going to go right up here to the left side, left arrow here, and we're just shutting everything off. Now we have the up arrow. Looks really cool. Okay, now let's come back to this PIX-M. This PIX-M is a special one because it shines either the back wall, it can backlight the worship leader, or even backlight the pastor out here. It can light up the drums, like we're showing here, as if you notice I'm going with the tilt here for it, the tilt control. And it can light up the cross, specifically if you want the depth of the cross to show up without a lot on the background, we can do that. Or we can tilt it up the back wall so that it silhouettes the cross in the background. That's also another really neat effect. Like that very much. Let's click on the gray area here now. Now let's go back into the presets up here. And we'll look here, we've got arrow up. That's a preset position that we designed, and that's mostly used for videos when we shoot or when we play videos on the screens. So let's get back to this though, and we can clear that out. Now if we want to bring in the side lights, we can select those and left click drag, and we'll select those side lights. Now those, you can't adjust the position, but you can adjust the brightness and the color. So let's go ahead and bring those colors up. Now if you notice like that, we have, when you look at the first ones here, the top ones, when we brighten those up, those shine on the bottom right and bottom left corner of that back panel, the sound panel. Okay. Then we look at the middle ones, and the middle ones give us that effect on the cross. It's shining, it's actually cross shining. So the one on the right is shining and it's causing the shadow on the left, and the one on the left is shining and causing the shadow on the right, which is a really cool effect. So let's bring that one back down too, and that's very effective to use. I would generally use those at very impactful, the endings of very impactful songs. Something that we want to stir up a lot of worship out of people visually. So let's go ahead and I'll select those again. You can also single click on each of these. You don't have to drag drop. Let's bring that back down to 0, and we'll go down to the bottom one. And the bottom one's here. Come back up. And those shine down and right in the center. You notice that they shine down here. Let me take this. I'll take that center PIX-M. Center forward PIX-M. We'll shut that off. Come back here, select these. And now you notice we have, those are in the center back. And again, you can adjust the color too of those. They don't match exactly the colors of the PIX-M because their color temperature is a lot higher than the PIX-M's. All right, hope you enjoyed the video.